guitars, given away many, and kept a few, for our own personal pleasures. So I'd just like to take you through my guitar collection, which is over here. This guy is the Fender Stratocaster, the 1977 Strat that has seen all the action of the Hammersmith days. A very dear friend, Corey Abraham, helped me get this guitar, and it's a 1977 Bullet truss rod model. Great sounding guitar, and it's been in my collection ever since. Another prized guitar of mine is the Yamaha SG2000. This lovely guitar they used to call them Gibson killers back then. Santana used it on his Europa album, Europa and all. It's lovely guitar. Then my American Blackie Fender. This is the normal, American Stratocaster. As you can see, it doesn't have the more on that. It doesn't have the hex pickups, which I currently use now. But this is an American Stratocaster. When I got into the 13-pin Roland technology, of course, I've been using it for many years. I used to use the GK3 pickup on most of my guitars, but this was the first one, the Godin Freeway SSA, which is the 13-pin, which I started using with all my modules, which is the Roland VG99, the GR55, the GR09, the GR020. I use this. This is a lovely guitar. And then all these Fenders, which as you can see, that one, all of them have they're powered by Roland, and this is the GK3 technology, which is used, when we go into my other music setup, you can see how this technology works. Of course, it's not new anymore. Roland has been a pioneer in this, and I love this technology.
It's more like a Fender store.
It's more like a Fender store. Here you can see I fitted one of this Roland thing on a Yamaha silent guitar, so it's great for when you use a guitar synthesizer, you can use plucking and use acoustic sounds and use it over here. That's the early Steenberger, which I use. Great for travel. Where are we? Great for travel. This guy, handy in a flight, so you don't have any problem. That's a Takamine nylon string guitar. I bought this Yamaha about, 15, 20 years ago. I put Sir pickups on them. Great sounding guitar. Very unusual guitar. I don't even know what model this is, but it's been with me for about 15 odd years. And there you go. That's my Gibson over there.
So any favorites out here?
All my favorites are these Fenders I play them exclusively now. Okay. I don't play the normal. All of them have this, so I have about 6 or 7 of them.
Right. So you have about 20 guitars now?
I don't know.
Maybe more?
Maybe more. A couple of them, my brother and I have sort of given away over the years, and this is what's left now.
Okay. So, and whenever you go to a show, how do you decide which guitar to carry with you on a recording?
We play in D tuning or E flat. So some of them are tuned to E flat. Although the technology allows you to sort of use a normal and then just electronically tune it down to E flat, but that's a little confusing. So some of them are tuned to E flat, some of them are tuned to E, some of them are tuned to D. So each of them have as you can see, they have a code at the back here. So when say for instance, this is the T2D D tuning. So this goes into my system. The hex pickup recognizes the guitar, then I set the dial to the guitar that I'm playing, because the string height and the pickup sensitivity of this hex pickup has to be adjusted for each guitar. So it gets a little complicated. So it depends on that. But generally, if it's in a band context, it's the E flat. So I take 2 E flat guitars. Or sometimes our singer's not up to scratch, so he wants to play in D. So I don't keep tuning the guitars off and on. So some of them are tuned to E, some to D, and some to E flat. So that's how it works.
Right. As Hammersmith, what was your favorite guitar as a band?
Hammersmith this was the Hammersmith guitar. This is the Hammersmith guitar. The 1977 Bullets truss rod Fender Stratocaster. It's almost as heavy as a Gibson actually, if you look at it. It's a pretty heavy guitar, and it looks a little different. It's got the broader. Okay. This had a because of the broader headstock, the sustain was much better. The newer Fenders have a little smaller headstock, as you can see. Even the American Stratocaster here has a smaller headstock. Correct. Of course, they're great guitars. splitting hairs, they all sound very good. So
it's a wonderful collection you have, Mark, and
thank you. Thank you.
It really shows how passionate you are about your music. And
thanks. Thank you.
And for the benefit of many people who want to send their children to learn guitars and stuff, what would you recommend that they buy? Because now it's like a huge collection, a choice. They don't know much about, when they're starting off. What should one start off with, and then what is your
If
take?
you'd asked me this question 10 years ago, I would have said buy a Fender. Yeah. Now any guitar that has a very flat action, so that it's very easy for the kid to sort of fret, and that's very important. You can buy any kind of guitar, but as long as the action is flat, the guitar, take a music teacher along so that the intonation is good.
Okay.
You don't have to spend a lot of money for them. You can get relatively, economical guitars in a 2,000, 3,000 rupee range. But it's very important to have a flat action.
Right.
I don't want to knock Indian local made guitars because that would not be fair. But some of them do tend to have a very high action, and that's something we want to avoid, because very often that's the biggest reason why someone gives up playing the guitar, because if it's very hard to fret, then they don't really enjoy playing it, and then they give up.
Right.
So flat action, good intonation, and then as you move up, get it. Yamaha make good guitars, value for money. I've seen them over the years. You can get a very good guitar from 5,000 onwards, very standard quality.
Okay.
So that's
How do you make your own selection in terms of when you want to buy a new guitar? I'm sure you will soon. But
no, I think now my guitar buying days are over.
Okay.
I've zeroed in on this 30. I have if I'm playing something like blues or something, the Gibson is always there. This is a lovely guitar, but I don't use it so often anymore. I just use a Gibson, maybe the Yamaha SG2000,
Right.
which is a lovely guitar. That's a very nice guitar. It's an AV6. It's a Greg Bennett AV6. But I put a Seymour Duncan PF pickups in them. They sounds very good. Great for a young guitar player who wants to get into, doesn't want to spend it on a high-end guitar. This is the AV6, the Royal 6 semi-acoustic. But now you have a big choice of guitars. The Epiphones and all of them are available.
A number of hours of practice you put in today?
Earlier it used to be a lot, but now maybe an hour and a half to 2. I don't get that much time as I used to get before, but yeah, keep the fingers in shape. That's how it is.